Have you ever felt a silence so loud it's deafening? For Susan Wallace, that silence began the day her youngest son David packed his bags for college. The house, once a whirlwind of laughter, teenage arguments, and the constant thud of a basketball, suddenly fell quiet. It was a quiet she had longed for on chaotic afternoons, but now it felt like an accusation. Susan found herself wandering through empty rooms, her hand tracing the scuff marks on the walls, ghosts of a vibrant past. The silence wasn't just in the hallways, it crept into her phone calls with David. Their conversations, once sprawling and full of detail, became clipped and short. "I'm good, Mum. Busy with classes. Everything's fine." Each brief response felt like a door gently closing in her face. She started to worry. Was he unhappy? Was he struggling? Or worse, was he pulling away from her? The fear took root and grew, whispering that she had done something wrong, that the close bond they once shared was fraying with every mile that separated them. She tried to fill the silence, sending him care packages he didn't always acknowledge, texting him memes and old family photos, a constant stream of "I'm here," into a seemingly empty void. The lack of an immediate, enthusiastic reply felt like a rejection. One evening, staring at a picture of a beaming, gap-toothed David on his first day of school, Susan felt a wave of sadness wash over her. The silence in the house felt like a measure of her failure. Had she smothered him? Was this his way of finally getting some space? Her husband Mark found her sitting in the dark. He listened patiently as she poured out her fears, her voice trembling. He didn't offer easy platitudes. Instead, he reminded her of his own father. "Remember how Dad was?" he said softly. He wasn't a big talker. But when I was building my first car, he'd just come and sit in the garage with me. For hours, he wouldn't say much, but he was there. His presence was his language. That simple story was a revelation. Susan realized she was trying to interpret David as silence through the lens of her own need for verbal connection. She expected him to communicate his love and his new life in the same way she did with words, with details, with constant updates. But maybe, just maybe, David was like her grandfather-in-law. Maybe his love wasn't loud. The next time David called, Susan took a different approach. Instead of peppering him with questions, she just listened. She let the pauses hang in the air, not as awkward gaps to be filled, but as spaces for him to breathe. And in one of those quiet moments, he spoke. "I was thinking about that time we went camping, and you taught me how to skip stones," he said, his voice softer than usual. "I tried teaching my roommate the other day. He was terrible at it." It wasn't a declaration of love or a detailed life update, but it was everything. It was a bridge across the silence. Susan learned that her son wasn't rejecting her. He was simply becoming his own person, with his own way of being in the world. He was building his own life, but he was still carrying the stones she had taught him to skip. The house is still quiet, but for Susan, the silence has changed. It's no longer an absence, but a presence. It's the peaceful backdrop to a life well lived, a space that holds memories, and a quiet testament to a love that doesn't always need words to be understood. Sometimes the deepest connections are forged not in the noise, but in the comfortable, trusting quiet between two hearts. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more content. See you next time.